Hey guys, welcome to another video of Saga. My name is Deep and that's my wife Chandrima. In today's video, we are basically testing a few clones or alternative perfumes from the house of Paradyse Perfumes. They sell some of their own blends as well as clones. In today's video, we are just testing 3 clone perfumes from their house and we are pitching them up against the OG. And the perfumes that we are going to be testing today are Aventus, Dior Sauvage and Ombre Nomad. And that's basically their clones. They have named it Sauvage, Aventus and Ombre Nomad.
Okay.
By the way, along with this 3 clones, I also got one of these perfumes as well because they like marketing or hyping it a lot in their website, which is called Mafia Oud. Maybe that's something that I will talk about in a future video. But for today, I'm going to talk about these 3 perfumes from their house and compare them up against the OG. Chandrima, your job is to just test the perfumes head to head with the OG strips as well as the clone strips and tell me how close do you think they are.
Okay.
These perfumes are around 30 to 40 minutes in the dry down.
Okay.
And the legal disclaimer for this video is added in the description. Please feel free to read that if you want to. Now, let's start the test. You let me know which perfume you're testing first. I'll talk about the OG perfumes pricing as well as the pricing that these are selling at. Also, I'm going to talk about the projection and longevity for each. And then we can come up with the overall conclusion whether we should go for Paradyse perfume clones or not. Okay?
Yeah.
So, which one do you want to start off with?
Green one.
Green one is Sauvage. Okay? So we have already tested a few.
Yeah, I think I've found that, right?
Afnan Modest Une basically won it, and the second was Arabian Aroma in the test, remember? So maybe in another blind test, we can pitch this up in the future, but for now, just let's compare them head to head, okay?
Okay.
You smell the OG first, and then you go for the clone.
This is the OG. Okay.
By the way, a lot of people have said, not a lot, maybe a few comments came, like when you people watch the video, basically it looks like you just touch the strip and then you're giving your giving your feedback. What basically happens is we trim that part while Chandrima is sniffing and testing it, so that
I sniffed it around 2 times, I guess, 2 or 3 times.
We basically don't want to extend the video, and that is the reason that gets trimmed off.
Yeah.
Go ahead and try the Sauvage from Paradyse Perfume.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'll keep this. And then this one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think in general, the OG is kind of like citrusy and spicy and a little floral, correct? I get the spicier note over here and the citrusous note over here. But I think the floral note could have been a little better.
Okay, by floral you mean the note of lavender that is over here, right?
I don't know the specification of the flower that they have. I mean, obviously the floral sweetness that the original has got, I think that is kind of missing in this one.
Sauvage.
Yeah.
So on a scale of 1 to 10?
Maybe I'll give it a 6 to 6.5. Yeah, because I think the spicier note is also kind of a little bit more in this one and not with the original one.
The original seems a bit more balanced.
Yeah.
Over here the spicy note is a bit more, right?
Correct.
Okay.
6.5.
So 6 to 6.5 you can just consider.
They have got some minty aspect or not.
Now she got one of those things that I was expecting. Yeah, it has got some mintiness.
I think if someone is on the budget crunch, they can actually go for this one. Maybe for summer. For summer. Yeah.
But if you're just putting them head to head, like 1:1 clone, these are not.
This is not a like direct clone.
But if you just consider it as an individual inspired by the Sauvage DNA, this is not bad.
Yeah.
The pricing for this one, I basically got only 3 from them because I was not really sure to test more because I have already invested a lot of money buying perfumes, so I was kind of skeptical trying more. So I just got 3 over here. And also what I personally felt, the pricing was not that bad. They're selling this 20 ml perfumes, all of them, for 249 rupees.
Okay.
And they have got a website and then and they sell through website, unlike a lot of houses who are just using WhatsApp and Instagram. Okay. So they have a good legitimate website with a lot of proper information in them. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of the pricing, the 50 ml of this one is selling for around 850 rupees And I also saw a tester, like 4 bottles of these. If you want to test out, they're selling it for $9.99. So the effective price for 4
It's
is
$250 only.
$250.
Yeah.
So you can just test them out and see if it works for you in terms of a tester in case you want to. And overall, the pricing for all the clones are same. In terms of the projection and performance for Sauvage, what I felt is the projection for this one is around 30 minutes to 40 minutes in terms of the projection. After that, it becomes a bit more close, and anybody coming in close proximity will be only able to smell it through you. And in terms of the overall longevity of the perfume, I felt that this would last around 4 to 4.5 hours on my clothes during the high heat temperature that we are in right now. So during the summers, I tried it out. It lasted for around 4 to 5 hours when I applied it on my clothes.
Yeah.
Since I don't test it on my skin usually because skin chemistry tends to differ, I can't really talk about the performance or the longevity when it comes to the skin. Okay, the rating would be around 6 to 6.5 out of 10 for this perfume. And according to the pricing and everything, I feel it's a decent one. It is a bit more mintier, a bit more fresher, good for the summers. And now let's move on to the next one, which is Aventus from Paradyse Perfumes.
Creed Aventus.
Yeah, Creed Aventus versus Paradyse Perfumes Aventus. Yeah,
Okay, the OG.
the OG is this one.
Okay. Yeah. This is sweet lemon and this is like a soury lemon. But I don't think I hate the perfume though, because it is in the same DNA. It's just the fact is it's a little soury. I mean, the actual one is kind of giving you a sour note, whereas this one is a sweet perfume.
Also, there is one more aspect of it. The OG Aventus is a bit more smoky. You will feel that there is a hint of smokiness to it that comes from something called birch tar, okay? Which basically gives it a bit more smoky character. I feel that that smokiness is kind of missing when I test the Paradyse Perfumes Aventus. And also, I think that if you have ever smelled Qaeda Al Fursan or Seduction, Despacito,
Yeah.
remember?
That's it, I know.
I think that the DNA is more over here. Like the juicy pineapple smell is a bit more over here.
Yeah, I think he's correct.
You have smelled Arabian Aroma Seduction,
Yeah.
Aventus Despacito, and Qaeda Al Fursan is also in the same DNA. What I basically felt was the juiciness of pineapple or the sweetness of pineapple is a bit more heavier on this than the citruses.
Correct.
That is what you felt, right?
Yeah. I think I did not get like what exactly was bringing in the sweet smell, but I think you are correct that it has got some pineapple-y note or something, not influenced by what you're saying, but I think the sweetness is actually there.
I know when I told you about Despacito and Seduction, you were like, the bulb hit you, right? So in terms of the closeness, how much would you give it?
Maybe a little bit lesser than the previous one. Maybe at around 5.
Yeah, I also feel the same.
5.
That
5:30. Sorry, I'll give it a 5.
So it's a 5.
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, again, it's not a head-to-head clone, but it's somewhere in the same DNA, but with some different twists of Paradyse Perfume Zone. I feel, I don't know if they have added it deliberately or they have somehow made it like this, but it's not head-to-head. Again, the pricing for this perfume is same, which is $250 for a 20 ml and $850 for a 50 ml. And in terms of the projection and longevity, it was almost similar to Sauvage with 30 to 40 minutes of projection and around 4 to 5 hours of longevity when applied on the clothes. In this particular weather of Siliguri, where the temperature is kind of hot and humid. So with that, let's move on to the next one, which is Paradyse Perfumes Ombre Nomade and Louis Vuitton's Ombre Nomade. Okay, so let me give you the OG.
How much is the price of Louis Vuitton?
The OG Ombre Nomade sells for 38,000 for 100 ml.
Only.
Yeah, only. Come on, Creed Aventus is also like 35,000. The cheapest out here in the designer segment is the Dior Sauvage.
Oh, Sauvage.
Aventus is 35, Ombre Nomade is 38. Dior Sauvage is around 11,000-12,000. So
12,000.
yeah. So now try the OG first, Ombre Nomade, and then move on to the next one. Do you like the OG Ombre Nomade? This is the DNA that she hates. Okay, Oud, rose, saffron.
I like rose.
You don't like the blend of Oud, rose, saffron.
I don't know what is.
It has got a bit of leather as well. No, right?
I'm not gonna buy it. No, it's okay. It can be as expensive as it wants to be. I'm not gonna buy it.
The OG, okay. Now let's move on to the
And not gift you as well.
Paradyse Perfume Nomad.
Yeah, I mean, this one they got it somehow. I mean, I like theirs better because it has got the leathery note is there, but the oud is a little mellowed, and the sweeter note is a bit on the higher end, and also saffron is balanced. I think I like that.
You like their version of Ombre Nomad,
Correct.
right?
I liked it.
In terms of the closeness,
I would give this maybe a 7.
Okay.
Maybe a 7. It's good.
okay. I'll tell you what is the difference. The difference is the skanky oud in Ombre Nomad is missing in Paradyse Perfume's Ombre Nomad. This is a bit more on the sweeter side. It has got a bit more syrupy kind of a flavor. The rose note is kind of dominant over here. You will feel that it's a bit more sugary sweet with the rose added on top. Okay. The oud is kind of also on the sweeter end, and it's a synthetic oud, that is for sure, but it doesn't smell that bad. Okay. On the other hand, the OG Ombre Nomad will give you that oud-like vibe, which has got a bit more potency, a bit more animalic, and the rose and the saffron note is kind of balanced with the oud. Over here, it's a bit more prominent. So 7, I think, is actually a number which is good enough in terms of the score. Although what Chandrima felt, I mean, I won't say that I like the DNA as a whole completely during the summer, but during the winter, I have used a lot of Ombre Nomad clones. Yeah, I have got a lot of Ombre Nomad clones. If people want to see a clone video, I have got like 6 to 7.
I'm not gonna test.
No. You will have to test that out.
No.
See, you will give the
It is
most
not stanky wood. It is stinky wood.
skanky, not stanky.
It's skanky wood. I don't know. It is stinky wood.
Okay, so basically I have got like 7 to 8 clones of Ombre Nomad already. In case you want to try, in case you want Chandrima to test that out, please use the comment section. Okay. So these were the 3 perfumes. All in all, we tested them out. We saw how close they are to the OG and all. Now, in terms of the projection and performance, I forgot to tell you, because this is a bit more denser, a bit more heavier in terms of the way this perfume is created. It has a better projection and longevity. This projects for around 1 hour, and the longevity is around 6 hours when applied on the clothes, a bit more than the others. And to be honest, expected due to the ingredients and the components used in the perfume.
I think so too.
Yeah. So we have tested all these perfumes out already.
Correct.
The only thing that is left so far is to test out the opening note and see how harsh they are, or if they are well balanced. Okay. In terms of something, I haven't tested out the 50 ml, but what I can say from this 20 ml, that the atomizers they have used on this one is actually good. I mean, it's a pressurized atomizer. You can try it out. See.
Okay. I think this is pretty nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Pretty nice.
Yeah. So let's test the opening.
I like
Which
the smell.
that's basically the
Yeah,
Aventus.
the sweetness, I think. I like Despacito.
Yeah.
So I think I like this smell
So
also.
let's try this out and see.
Why? Okay, yeah.
Would you try the Ombre Nomad?
No.
Okay, so let's try Aventus. See if it has got any alcoholic blast, or you feel that the blend quality is cheap or something.
Yeah, it does have the alcoholic blast, but I think I mean, the perfume is not bad. It's not like burning your nose.
Okay, I mean, you have smelled
Bad. I smell
perfume.
worse.
Yeah. This is better than those, right?
Yeah.
Let's try the Sauvage on the other hand and see if you find any difference in the blend quality.
This has got a little bit more
Alcoholic blast.
I think this one was a little mild.
Yeah. Why you know that? Why you know? Basically, it has got the note of pepper in it, which is making a bit more spicy. So that coming out with that alcoholic blast is making your nose go numb a bit more.
Yeah.
But it does have got some alcoholic blast, and it would take around 30 to 40 seconds or maybe a minute to settle down, after which I don't think the alcohol blast will be that much.
Yeah, now I'm not getting it.
Exactly. because we have tested a few clones which are worse than this when it comes to the alcoholic blast. This is better. The blend quality is not that bad, to be honest. But what we actually feel is, are these the best clones of the designer perfumes out there? We would say no.
No.
But in terms of standalone, they are not bad. They're good enough. So in case somebody wants to buy from Paradyse Perfume, I don't think there is a problem. But if you are going with that expectation that we are going to get 90 to 95% of the OG, what usually a lot of ads from different perfume companies, if you see Instagram or Facebook, there are a lot of companies doing this, like this is the original, this is our recreation, this is around 80 to 90% over there. I don't think that is the case with any of these houses. Only a few chosen one kind of breaks the barrier and becomes a very good clone of the designer fragrance. So with that, we're gonna end this video. If in case you want us to try more from the house of Paradyse Perfume, do let us know. We will try and source them as we get the time and the budget correct. And in the future, I'm gonna make a video for this one as a standalone, because I think this perfume also needs to be spoken about. Do you want to try one spray of it? And
What
see?
is this?
This is Mafia Oud.
Wait. I like the bottle. See how they have designed men.
Yeah, both way they have designed it. There is
It looks so good.
Yeah, I mean, this is Mafia at this end, and this is the image of Mafia on the other.
Yeah, you can see it from the other side also. You see from here, you see the mafias.
Yeah.
Very nice. The
So,
bottle is very nicely
What
done.
looks intriguing? You want to smell the perfume once?
How will I do that?
Over here.
Okay. Why are you laughing?
Just give me your hand. Wait for like 30 seconds. And then try this out. Again, I know. It's a oud based perfume, okay? She hates oud. I kind of like oud, but depending on how skanky and how less skanky that is.
I don't.
You don't have to be very modest over here.
No, I think you can wear it because this one was bad.
You didn't like Ombre Nomad,
I
right?
feel that the original Ombre Nomad is not to my taste at all. I think this is better than that
I know.
for me.
You will feel that this is kind of inspired by Ombre Nomad to some extent.
Nah, I don't think so.
You don't feel that way?
No. It has got some zarda kind of, zarda, and I think there are a lot of people who like zarda smell.
Yeah.
Because of the, I kind of like zarda ka smell. Honestly, I don't have it. I don't have tobacco, but I like it. So, I think it has got something like that, which is bringing in like the sweeter fragrance or the smell, and it has got the oud, and I think the balance is not that bad because the initial spray it gave out to. Since I'm not very fond of the oud smell structure, maybe that's the reason the reaction came. But I think this is not too bad. I really disliked this one,
Ombre Nomad.
but I did not dislike. Like 100% dislike this one.
I felt that this was kind of a bit inspired by Ombre Nomad to some extent.
I don't think so.
I felt that way because I'm not saying it's a head-to-head clone. I'm saying that this has got some inspiration from it because it has got that oud saffron base. But instead of rose, this one has got pineapple in it.
Oh.
Okay, so there is a
maybe that is a sweetness.
There is a different sweetness. Like this one had got that rose caramelly like sweetness. This one has a different kind of sweetness.
This is not bad.
But this is also not for the summers. I feel that this is for the winters.
I think I was just about to say that go for a wedding. If you're going for a wedding in summer, I said no. It's not gonna work out.
No. But it can be a good wedding perfume to be honest.
Yeah, it can be a good.
So a standalone review for this perfume will be done later when I make one. But gladly in this video I got Chandrima's perspective on this one as well. So that's Paradyse Perfume clones for you. And in short, if the video is too long, these are not head-to-head good clones. these are kind of inspired by the DNA, but around 60 to 70% in the range when it comes to the closeness. Aventus was at 5 out of 10. Sauvage was around 6 to 6.5 out of 10, and Ombre Nomad was around 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
So this is Deep, and that's Chandrima. Because somebody pointed this out, okay, we should not be introducing ourselves as this is Deep and that's Chandrima, because according to him or her, that sounded more like a comedy. So we're still ending with this. This is Deep and that's Chandrima signing off. We will see you on the next one very soon. Bye-bye.